Hello, welcome or welcome back to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Here on the channel you'll find me chatting about my adventures in knitting, spinning, crochet and weaving, all of the fibre related things. Now today's video is my planning video for my May projects, so we are once again letting the dice decide which projects I work on throughout the month of May. So if you're new to the channel and you're wondering what on earth I am talking about, I employ the use of a dice and some cards that I've made up for myself just to add a little bit of a random fun element into my project making throughout my month. There's a few other videos like this back on the channel. Basically I will be rolling the dice 4 times and getting some random prompts from my card pack to help me choose which projects from my works in progress list to concentrate throughout the month of May. And as I have been trying to do for the last few months, I'm uploading this right at the start of the month because I know a few people are playing along with me and using my dice rolls to help them pick their projects to focus on throughout the month as well. So it's so much fun. It's a really nice kind of extension of that community spirit that we had when we were back doing our 12 cast-ons. So yeah, I love hearing about all of the things that people have been choosing to work on from the prompts that pop up in this little game. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to be doing my usual 4 rolls of the dice. So let's get cracking.
It's over. Oh my. I wonder what's next. You know we're getting older. Oh my. When all we do is trying, it only makes us stronger. Oh my. Dreams aren't meant to be broken.
Okay, so we got some interesting picks this month, I think. A couple that we've seen before and a new one that hasn't yet come up. So we shall have a think about these. One of them is super easy to pick, so we'll start with that one. The dice rolled number 16 and that was crochet. And I currently only have one crochet project on the go. And it's one of my 12 cast-ons from this year. And it is the Victor Frog project, which I think was cast on day 6, take 2. I tried to get some work done on Victor in March, February, I don't know, the months are whizzing by now, aren't they? And I didn't quite manage to do as much on Victor as I wanted to. So let's have a quick check-in with Victor. Victor is a project from the Animal Friends of Pika Pal book. I got to the point, oh yes, I remember, I've finished the sort of top half of the body and the head of Victor, and I've got to the point now where I need to start giving him a pair of polka dot pants. Here's a picture of Victor, a finished Victor on the front of this book. So yeah, I'm around about this point here. So I am feeling confident, although I can't crochet too much in a day, but I'm feeling confident this month that I can get Victor finished, which will be really nice. It'll be so nice to get one of my 12 cast-on projects finished. These months are whizzing by and I'm not making very urgent progress on any of my 12 cast-ons. There's loads of you out there who have been putting me to shame and finishing lots of your beautiful, beautiful cast-ons. And here's me just plodding away and not really managing to get much done. But hey, we've still got a good portion of the year to go. I believe in myself. I can catch up. So that was a super easy pick. So crochet, Victor Frog. Now I've got 2 prompts that came up one after the other that are similar but slightly different. So number 9 and number 18 were try something new and cast on something new, and they are meant to be interpreted in slightly different ways. So cast on something new is obviously cast on any project I like, and try something new was something to help me get out of my normal preferences. So try a new technique, try a new yarn, try a pattern from a new designer that I haven't tried before. So yeah, interesting. I am gonna have a little think on those two, and we'll come back in just a minute and we'll pick the fourth prompt before we come back to those. So number 10 was to use random number generator to pick one of my projects. So the idea for this one, I've left my phone over the other side of the room, so I'll have to put us on pause and go and grab it. But the idea is for me to check how many projects I've got on Ravelry, and I shall be using number 1 to denote my oldest project, and then number X, I think I'm up to somewhere like 17 or 18 projects at the moment, will be the newest project, so whichever number that equates to. Roll the random number generator, yeah, just work on whatever project comes up. On my Ravelry project page at the moment, I've got 18 things listed under works in progress. However, the 18th project is in fact the prize pot. So I've got a project page up on Ravelry which has got pictures of all of the things that lovely folks here in the community have donated for our prize draws. So in fact 1 to 17 are my works in progress, and I'm kind of hoping that the random number generator will pick a number between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 and 6, because they're my older works in progress. But let's see what happens. Can you see that? Number 1. Oh. Well, I got my wish, as in it was 1 to 6. However, it's probably the project that I'm least looking forward to working on. It is my Latvian mitts. So let me go and grab those, my oldest work in progress. Apologies for any sort of light changes here today. It's an overcast day and the sun keeps popping out from behind the clouds. So I can see that I keep getting lighter and darker on the screen. So I hope that's not too distracting. But anyway, who cares about what I look like? We're here for the knitting and the dice rolling fun, although I'm not sure fun is the word I will use to describe, as I've just picked this project. So these are my Latvian mitts, my oldest work in progress. This is just such a beautiful project, but I'm having all sorts of issues with it. So here is where I am with my Latvian mitts. They're just so gorgeous, and this light is really playing havoc. However, I need to rip these back because my tension has got tighter and tighter. I don't know how well it shows up on the screen, but it's fairly obvious in person, and it's a real struggle for me to squeeze my hand into this mitt. Ooh, I can just about do it, but I don't really want to take the chance that these aren't going to fit because they're such a lot of work. The reason these are my nemesis is because in a lot of these rows there are 4 colours in one row. I mean, these are going to be absolutely stunning, aren't they? Colours, the pattern is just absolutely gorgeous. And this kit was a lovely gift from my friend Gemma, who actually travelled to Latvia and brought me back this beautiful, beautiful kit. So it deserves to be knit. But I need to rip back. And actually I am thinking about ripping back to where I think I'm going to try ripping back to where this yellow stripe is, because that's where my tension has started to go awry a little bit. And I think what happened is I was trying to be clever and speed up my knitting by doing all sorts of different things, trying to hold the needles in different ways to carry these yarns, and it's just ended up in me messing up my tension. So I'm going to go back to this yellow line. I'm going to knit a few rows and see if I can match the sort of tension on the bottom here, and then if for one reason or another I can't, then I'm just going to rip right back to the braid and start again. Oh, we'll see how this goes. I am not expecting, I mean, a pair of mitts in theory should be reasonably straightforward to finish in a month, but I am not expecting to have these finished. It's a really slow project because of the challenge involved in holding all of these yarns. And last time I mentioned this project, I got lots of lovely hints and tips from members of our community for ways in which I can try and ease that challenge of carrying so many yarns around the rows. So I shall be experimenting and employing a few of those. So yeah, we'll see if I can fall back in love with that project again. It's not obviously not the design and the colours I'm totally smitten with, it's just the process that yeah. But it's good to push ourselves, it's good to be challenged once in a while. So Latvian mitts, here we come. Can you tell I'm trying to summon my enthusiasm? We're going to do this, we are. Okay, so I got my wish, one of my older projects and one of the 12 cast-ons. So I shall be keeping that balance, even though maybe I didn't get my wish in quite the way I'd hoped. But yes, I shall be keeping that balance of working on one of my older projects and one of my newer projects, so that's good. So now I've just got 2 left to pick, and it's the try something new and the cast on something new. And while we've been chatting about Victor Frog and the Latvian mitts, in the back of my head I've been cogitating over what projects to start. So I think I have decided on the 2 projects that I shall be casting on for both of these prompts, and I'm very excited about both. I have of course been casting on new projects since we did our 12 cast-ons back in January. I have been working on my charity hat, I've also done a test knit sweater, I have been working on the Year of the Gnome, so I've had a few little projects that have been new on the needles, but for the most part I've been trying to work on those 12 cast-ons and the older projects. So it'll be really nice to start something new several months into the year. For the try something new prompt, I'm going to cast on this lovely shawl kit that I showed off in my acquisitions a couple of months ago, and I have never knit with the Berlin Yarn Company yarn before, and I have never, to my knowledge, knit a pattern from the designer Emma Vining. So I bought this little kit to knit the Macaire Wildflower shawl, and there is the shawl. So I've got 3 balls of this beautiful Berlin Yarn Company yarn. Oh, it's just so gorgeous, and I fell in love with the shawl pattern, which has some eyelets, so a little bit of lace, some bobbles, and this beautiful colour. I think when I mentioned this in my haul video, I was hoping that I'd have the opportunity to cast this on sooner rather than later, so it didn't just sit languishing in my stash. So I think this dice roll is the perfect excuse. So try something new will be to cast on with this beautiful yarn from the Berlin Yarn Company, and what a treat that will be. This colour is just glorious. And then for the final prompt, which is cast on something new, so similar but different. Isn't it so funny how both of those prompts came up in the same month? But for that project I am going to be starting a pair of socks, and my lovely friend Louise gifted me a collection of socks from Paper Daisy Creations, and all of the patterns in this collection are inspired by The Secret Garden, which is my absolute #1 all-time favourite book. So there are 4 patterns in all, and I've now got all of the patterns because they were released 1 a week throughout the month of April. But I'm going to start at the beginning, and I'm going to start with the Misselthwaite Manor socks. And this is a picture of they. So it's quite a nice sort of textured stitch pattern, so it should be something fairly simple to get my teeth stuck into. My sock mojo is still somewhat MIA, missing in action, but I have been working on and off on my 12 cast on sort of pair of plain socks. So yeah, I feel like my sock mojo is slowly creeping back, and what a better way to give it a bit of an injection to try and really grasp that mojo again than to knit something that has such a dear connection for me. So Misselthwaite Manor socks. Cool, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Misselthwaite Manor socks are going on the needles, and I think I'm going to use some hand spun yarn, because this fibre was also a gift from the lovely Louise a couple of Christmases ago, and I've recently finished spinning it up. My yarn is for play in places but sport weight in places as well, so I might have to do a little bit of finagling with the pattern and the stitch count and things to get it to work with my yarn, but I'm fairly confident that I should be able to do that. And so yeah, how fun that I'm going to knit the first pair of socks from that collection gifted by Louise with some yarn that I spun up from fibre gifted by Louise. Perfect. And both of my cast-ons are orange-ish, which also makes me super happy. there we go. I think that should be a nice mix of projects to work on. A bit of crochet, some socks, a shawl, some mitts. And of course I will also be trying to keep up with my 2 year-long challenges, which is my charity hat knitting and also the Year with the Gnomes. So there'll be a few other projects thrown in for fun too. So tune in a few weeks' time for the May making wrap-up to see how far I get with each of these projects. Time will tell. If you're playing along with the dice roll game, I would love to know what projects you have picked for the prompts that have popped up this month. So yes, let's chat about all of our wonderful project plans in the comments below. I love to hear what you're working on and to be inspired by all of your lovely makes. Of course, I shall be back here again soon with another video. My April making wrap up will be coming soon. The months get so confused in my head when I'm doing this, because obviously I'm thinking a month ahead when I'm doing this, the month past when I'm doing my wrap up. My little brain can't handle it. But regardless of my ability to keep track of time, I shall be back again soon here on the channel with some more making content. So I hope you will join me for the next video. But until we do get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Wish me luck for those Latvian mitts. Bye for now. Bye.